Hey, this is Sasha, and welcome to another episode here on Backstage Income, where I share with you how to build and grow a profitable business. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you how you can plan your ebook within 20 minutes. So I'm going to share with you how to plan kind of the outline for it, get it ready, structure that outline, and that way it's kind of good to go for you to start the writing process. And you'll see how you can evolve this into writing as well. Now, in order to use this outline, it's really important you understand for what type of book this is for. And that's usually for more of the non-fiction base. So anything like how-to or guides is really good. If you're trying to apply this to fiction, it may not work as well. So let me get started and share with you how you can really plan your book outline and do it really quickly. So when you go with this, again, I want you to start thinking about these few words, and these are kind of the question words. So as we go with this, think of what, how, who, kind of where, when, these kinds of things. So anything, also why is a good one. So anything that's got a question-based concept. Now, you can also do compare and contrast, such as versus this versus that. But this is kind of a good starting point for you to start thinking about this as you create the outline. So in order to illustrate this example, I'm going to show you how you can kind of plan these things out very quickly. So here's what you do. You first start out with your big concept, and what we're going to do is create a mind map. Okay, so our big picture concept might be how to, and then what is our concept? How to, let's say, for conversation's sake, make money with your blog. Okay, so this is our big topic and big picture concept. So now what you do is you start spreading this into other areas. So think about the person that's going to read this book. They're going to want to know what, how do I get started, who, where, when, why. They'll want to know all of these things, and that's really what we're kind of creating. So you'll start out with some big topics first. So this might be a topic about, let's just say, starting. So this could be starting. Then it could be one about, let's say, building the website or presence. Okay. That could be another topic. You might have another topic that's related to, let's say, getting traffic. Another topic that could be related to email lists. So here you have all of these topics that are kind of being created. And let's just say you also have one about maybe customers right here. So here's all our topics. We're kind of creating this as a mind map. So you can see it there. Now, what we do next is look at these question words and start creating and filling out the gaps. So once you have these, think of these as your main big sections. And in here, you could have these as chapters, or you could have these as modules, where now you could go into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me show you an example. So let's say we go into starting out. So it might be, what are the things that you need to start an online blog? Okay, and this will lead later into a website, an email list, customers, and so on. How? What's the big picture? How do I get started? Who is this for? Who is it for? The blogging concept, right? So who is it that should start a blog? So now you have, look at that, 3 chapters just in the starting section, okay? So then you go in and when is it a good time to start a blog, right? Can you start it when you're 20-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds? So now you have 4 or 5 chapters. This is the beginning concept. So this might be chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you go into the next segment. Let's say you go into building a website. And again, you do this same process. So again, what, how, who, where, when, why, maybe versus. So let's say we do something like, let's say blogging versus YouTube, right? So some people maybe are comparing, should I do YouTube channel, should I do blogging, that kind of thing. It could be, what are the tools that I need to start a blog? Okay, who should I go to build a website? Then it might be, when or how long, because this is when, so it could be how long instead, does it take to build? Okay, when would I expect to see results? So all of these things, you're adding in the questions and you start coming up with this. Okay, what are the struggles that I may face? Okay, so you could keep this going, and now you have, again, 4 chapters, 4 or 5 chapters. Then again, you go into the traffic part, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, we'll go into this next segment, and now, again, what tools can I use to increase my traffic? How do I get more traffic? Where can I find my analytics or statistics, let's say, for my traffic? When should I expect results? So take a look at how I'm really planning this out. So I have all these outlines already in place. Email list, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And customers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you take these big concepts and you start expanding on these questions. What email service provider is the best? Or news email list provider should I go with? How do I create catchy newsletters? How do I go in and get more signups? How do I create a lead magnet, right? So you're starting to see how this really starts to expand. Customers, how do I acquire the customers? How long does it take to get a customer? Where can I find customers? Why would customers sign up for you? How do you add value to your customers? So look at all these things. We got 4 here, 5 here, 4 here, 4, 4, and it starts to add up. And now you've created kind of an outline to creating a book that's maybe already from here, let's just say 5 a piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got about 20 to 25 chapters or segments that really now you can expand on your book. And now you just put these things together and you have yourself a book. So that's how you create an outline very quickly in just a handful of minutes. Now you could just go ahead and do more chapters for each segment if you want a little bigger book, or you could have more sections and just have a couple of chapters within each section. And that's really all it is when you're combining and looking to expand your book, it just depends, how detailed do you want to get into each one of these sections. Now, the thing is you could take any one of these topics, like the traffic, and break that apart into, let's just say, its own book. And now you have a book on traffic, a book on starting a blog, a book on building a website, a book on customers, and a book on email lists. So you could really expand that further just depending on how detailed you really want to get into your book. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful to planning out and outlining your book. And if you did and you want to stay up to date to any new videos that are released, new ebooks, new courses, new products, discounts, all that good stuff, be sure to get on the newsletter list, clicking the button here, enter your name and email address when you get there, and you'll get notified as I release new good stuff. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. In the end, remember, do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.